Hello, I'm Ed Hess. I'm the author of the book Learn or Die: Using Science to Build a Leading-Edge Learning Organization. Thank you very much for joining me today. My purpose today is to give you some overview of why I wrote this book, how it came to be, and to give you short summaries of each chapter so that you have some data and evidence upon which to make a basis as to whether you'd like to buy the book. So it's to help you. Learn or Die basically came about based on all my work with trying to help big corporations become innovative. And some years ago, I confronted the problem that basically big corporations, because of their penchant for high reliability, predictable, no variance results, basically operational excellence, was in direct conflict with innovation and the way innovation operates. Innovation is a high variance process. And I was trying to rationalize these differences in large organizations where an organization could be both operationally excellent and innovative. And the answer came to me that it was learning. Underlying operational excellence, better, faster, cheaper, is learning. You have to basically change, improve processes, try something different, and that involves learning. Well, innovation comes about from iterative learning through experimentation. And it hit me, wait a minute, the thing that can bring these two different business models together in the same entity is the concept of learning. And then I remembered Peter Senge's landmark work on learning organizations and started doing research and found that no one really had brought that up to date based on the science, all the research that had been done in the last 20, 25 years, especially in neuroscience and in cognitive psychology and social psychology, even in educational psychology and in experimental psychology, doing research in high velocity change environments. And all of that basically led me to write this book. And this book is about learning. Chapter 1 is an overview sort of the book, and why is learning so important? Well, you have to be under a rock not to realize that globalization and technology are driving faster and faster change in our society, in the economy, and in the business world. Well, what happens when you have so much change? Basically, you've got to adapt, and adaptation requires learning. And I've come to the conclusion that continually learning better and faster than the competition may well be the only sustainable competitive advantage for many individuals and organizations. And that's what this book is basically about. Now, while writing this book, a whole lot's been going on in the technology space. And it's real clear now to a lot of us that over the next 10 years, we're going to have what I call a technology tsunami. Artificial intelligence, smart robots, nanotechnology, the Internet of Things, 3D printing, and even brain mapping, which even makes learning so much more important for humans, because the question all of this technology is going to raise is, what can humans do better than smart machines? And what the technology experts and the computer experts and the artificial intelligence experts tell me is, basically, humans can critically and innovatively think better than smart machines, we think, and humans have the ability to emotionally engage with other humans. And if you think about it, all emotional engagement in creativity, innovative thinking, critical thinking, or higher order thinking, higher order processing, cognitive processing, all which relates to learning. This book has two purposes. It was written with two very different purposes. One, take the science of learning, apply it, and answer the question, how does one, me or you, become a better and faster learner? The second question, how does one build a team or an organization that continuously learns better and faster than the competition? How do I create the right environment, the right organizational environment, where learning is enabled and where learning can flourish? This book basically does three things. It synthesizes the science of learning across disciplines over the last 25 years and tries to give you a, if you will, a concise story about what is the consensus of what we know, how we learn, and also the consensus as to what type of environment, organizational environment, enables learning. The second thing it does, it's a how-to book. It's lots of checklists and templates and tools. It was written to be used. It was written to help you as an individual take your learning game to a higher level, and it was written for you as a leader or manager to create a team or an organization or a business unit that is a better and faster learner than your competition. The third thing it does is it goes in depth and looks at what's being done in the real world in companies that are trying to create leading edge learning organizations. And it focuses in depth on three organizations: Bridgewater Associates, the largest hedge fund in the world; Intuit Inc., the big software company; and United Parcel Service Inc., which is a big operational excellence behemoth. Also discussed in the book, W.L. Gore and Associates, IDEO, Room and Board, and all the work the U.S. Army has been doing for years in adaptive leadership, which is also part of this book. So, that's the overview. Now I'm going to basically take you through a much shorter 2-minute discussion or overview of each chapter.